This podcast is a 98 Studios production.
Today's the day, baby.
Today's the day.
Today's the day.
Today's the motherfucking day.
Today is the day.
Today's the day.
Today is the day.
Today's the day.
What up, everybody? Welcome back to Today's the Day with Zack Anderson. We got something special, and I'm excited to go and announce this and give you guys the little inside scoop before it happens. We launched an episode with one of the scrolls from The Greatest Salesman in the World, that book, the scroll marked 1, and got really good feedback. People loved it, and they wanted to go and hear the rest of the scrolls, so I'm very excited. We are going to be going through all of the scrolls throughout the course of this season, so you guys will have solo episodes of me going through these scrolls, giving my personal experience with them, reading them out. And I definitely want you guys to understand why we're doing that, why I think it's worth the time, the money, the effort of me, the studio, everybody go put this out for you guys. And it's really, really, really hard to put into words, but this book has changed my life in more ways than I can explain. This book, found it when I was 19 years old. It got recommended to me. I read it and I practiced what it tells you to practice. The reason I think I got so much out of this book is because it has the best call to action of any book I think I've ever read, where it's like, hey, this is the blueprint. Here's the story that teaches you the principles and gives you the principles. Here's the blueprint of how to go and apply it and understand it at an intrinsic level and really, really, really wrap your head around it and then implement it in your day-to-day life. And I followed that to a T for over a year. I've done it year over year. I reread them and I reread the scrolls the way that it's described to. And it's been amazing. It's been a massive, massive life-changing book because the principles are not just principles for sales. And not to spoil the book at all, but throughout the story that the main character goes and basically gets, by the end of the book, gets the secrets to life and fulfillment and success. And they're in these scrolls. And as you read through them, it teaches you all of the secrets to finding success, whatever that may be to you. So to me, success is fulfillment and joy and happiness and making a mark and helping everyone around you. And these are these secrets to doing that, whether you're in sales, whether you're a stay-at-home mom or dad, whether you're starting a business, whether you're working like in your dream career, whether you don't know what your career is yet, these principles, if you take them through life, can change your life and the people around you. And I cannot emphasize how important this book has been to me and how valuable specifically these scrolls have been to me. And I don't think there's any way to really go extract the value from these that you could outside of reading the book and doing the call to action that it calls you to at the end of the book. So I challenge you guys, hopefully this just sparks your interest, or maybe you've already done this and you've already had it change your life, and these episodes are just good reminders and a quick listen on a drive to be like, okay, I want to go review the scroll mark 2, 3, 4, whatever it is. But yeah, I'm very excited to go through these scrolls, and I hope you guys love them as much as I do. And if you have any questions, swipe up on any of the stories, message in on Instagram, whatever it may be, wherever you can go leave feedback. And I'm happy to go talk openly about how these have affected and changed my life. And I'd love to hear as you guys go and implement these things, or if you read them or if you implement them, the changes you see and kind of the lessons that you learn. Because every time I go read these, I learn different lessons. So without further ado, I hope you guys enjoy all the scrolls. It's going to be a fun series. It's going to be me reading, which is boring. So if you're very welcome to skip through that part, read it on your own. And then if you care to listen to my experiences with it, I would love that. Today, we're going to be reading the scroll marked 3. The scroll marked 3 it's incredible. They're all incredible. And you're going to hear me say that about every scroll. So I'll just get right into it and I'll tell you guys my experience with the scroll. So the scroll marked 3, I will persist until I succeed. I will persist until I succeed. In the Orient, young bulls are tested for the fight arena in a certain manner. Each is brought to the ring and allowed to attack a picador who pricks them with a lance. The bravery of each bull is then rated with care according to the number of times he demonstrates his willingness to charge in spite of the sting of the blade. Henceforth, I will recognize that each day I am tested by life in like manner. If I persist, if I continue to try, if I continue to charge forward, I will succeed. I will persist until I succeed. I was not delivered unto this world in defeat, nor does failure course in my veins. I am not a sheep waiting to be prodded by my shepherd. I am a lion, and I refuse to talk, to walk, to sleep with the sheep. I will hear not those who weep and complain, for their disease is contagious. Let them join the sheep. The slaughterhouse of failure is not my destiny. I will persist until I succeed. The prizes of life are at the end of each journey, not near the beginning. And it is not given to me to know how many steps are necessary in order to reach my goal. Failure I still may encounter at the 1,000th step, yet success hides behind the next bend in the road. Never will I know how close it lies until I turn the corner. Always I will take another step. If that is of no avail, I will take another and yet another. In truth, one step at a time is not too difficult. I will persist until I succeed. Henceforth, I will consider each day's effort as but one blow of my blade against the mighty oak. The first blow may cause not a tremor in the wood, nor the second, nor the third. Each blow of itself may be trifling and seem of no consequence, yet from childish swipes the oak will eventually tumble. So it will be with my efforts of today. I will be likened to the raindrop which washes away the mountain, the ant who devours a tiger, the star which brightens the earth, the slave who builds a pyramid. I will build my castle one brick at a time, for I know that small attempts repeated will complete any undertaking. I will persist until I succeed. I will never consider defeat, and I will remove from my vocabulary such words and phrases as quit, cannot, unable, impossible, out of the question, improbable, failure, unworkable, hopeless, and retreat, for they are the words of fools. I will avoid despair, but if this disease of the mind should infect me, then I will work on in my despair. I will toil and I will endure. I will ignore the obstacles at my feet and keep mine eyes on the goal above my head, for I know that where dry desert ends, green grass grows. I will persist until I succeed. I will remember the ancient law of averages, and I will bend it to my good. I will persist with knowledge that each failure to sell will increase my chance for success at the next attempt. Each nay I hear will bring me closer to the sound of a yea. Each frown I meet only prepares me for the smile to come. Each misfortune I encounter will carry in it the seed of tomorrow's good luck. I must have the night to appreciate the day. I must fail often to succeed only once. I will persist until I succeed. I will try and try and try again. Each obstacle I will consider as a mere detour to my goal and challenge to my profession. I will persist and develop my skills as the mariner develops his by learning to ride out the wrath of each storm. I will persist until I succeed. Henceforth, I will learn and apply another secret of those who excel in my work. When each day is ended, not regarding whether it has been a success or failure, I will attempt to achieve one more sale. When my thoughts beckon my tired body homeward, I will resist the temptation to depart. I will try again. I will make one more attempt to close with victory, and if that fails, I will make another. Never will I allow any day to end with a failure. Thus, I will plant the seed of tomorrow's success and gain insurmountable advantage over those who cease their labor at a prescribed time. When others cease their struggle, then mine will begin, and my harvest will be full. I will persist until I succeed. Nor will I allow yesterday's success to lull into today's complacency, for this is the foundation of great failure. I will forget the happenings of the day that is gone, whether they were good or bad, and greet the new sun with confidence that this will be the best day of my life. So long as there is breath in me, that long I will persist. For now I know one of the great principles of success. If I persist long enough, I will win. I will persist, I will win. Gosh, that gives me chills reading it. You guys probably hate hearing my voice and hear me try and stumble through reading that, so I apologize. But literally, it gives me chills as I read through it, because this scroll in particular, as I think back on my career and being in door to door and how hard that was for me, there were so many days that I wanted to quit, like so many days. And even after I got good at the job, there were just days where I was emotionally broken. I was mentally broken. I didn't want to be there. I wasn't producing. I wasn't on the ball. And this scroll was one where long after I had read all the scrolls, I would go back on this one so often. Any day that I felt like quitting, any season that I wanted to end a little bit early, any day that I was just getting destroyed and I didn't see a light at the end of the tunnel, this is the scroll that I would go and read. And there's a few things that I think are so key in it. It's not sugarcoating success. It's making sure you understand there will literally be times where you are in turmoil. And turmoil is a heavy word. Turmoil is like, sounds pretty shitty to me. And the scroll states that if these diseases of negativity creep into my mind, then I will work on in agony. And that is so key. And that was so helpful for me when I was starting out. And even as I got better, it was like, dude, it's not always going to be a perfect momentous wave where things are all going your way and it's a win, 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 and everything's great and energy's perfect and everything. No, there will be times where you have cracks in your mental and you can't always be on the ball, and you're going to have times where you're breaking down crying regardless of how good you are, and you're supposed to be the rock of your group and you're supposed to be the rock of your family, and you're going to break down. And the difference in understanding this principle and not is when you break down, it might feel like you failed, and then you throw in the towel, or then you take your foot off the gas pedal, or then it's like, dude, I'm not even in the right headspace. I'm just gonna sit in the car. Or it's like, dude, I'm not even in a good mood. Like I'm whatever, so I'm not gonna handle my shit. And it's like, no, you work on as you're in that, and eventually it will subside. It'll go away. And I think that, to me, like that one line in there where it says, hey, if the negativity creeps in, if I've got that going through my head, so be it. I'm going to work on in pain. Was so valuable for me to understand, because I think a lot of people, there's this weird culture around like finding what you love and doing what you love. So people understand that in a way of like, oh, if I'm not absolutely stoked at this job, I'll just quit. And it's like, no, that's not really the message behind that. And it's like, oh, when things get really hard, if it doesn't go exactly how I planned, I'm going to quit. Or, oh, if I don't see the success I want in the original thought of how long it would take, I'm just going to quit. And I think persisting is one of the most overlooked attributes to someone's success. They kept pushing, kept walking, kept stepping when things were going all bad and all wrong. And I love this scroll. This is one that I go to often, and I'm just sitting here looking at it as I'm talking, and it's really such an overlooked thing. Like, just freaking stick it out. See things through to the end, whether that is in your relationships, your family, your work, your business, even your fun. Like, things are going to be hard to work out, but just stick with it till you go achieve what you want to achieve. And then really enjoy that feeling of persisting through all the shit. It's the best feeling in the world. So sorry, I could go on a tangent about that. I hope that makes any type of sense. There's no better feeling that I have ever felt in my life than pushing through a time where it took extreme persistence to get to the other side, getting there, accomplishing it, and feeling that weight off my shoulders. It's the best feeling in the world. So, yeah, I hope you guys like that scroll as much as I do. I'm just sitting here looking at it. I'm going to probably go read through it again. So that's the scroll mark 3. I hope you guys love it. As always, tune in next time. And until then, much love. Thank you guys so much for tuning in today. As always, it was a blast for me. I hope you got something out of this. If you got something out of this video of value, share this with a friend, and please go show your love. We're on all streaming platforms, including YouTube, Spotify, and Apple. Any ratings, comments, likes, shares, they go a very long way, and they make it so I can keep doing these things for you, and I would appreciate it greatly. So please go share with a friend. Until next time.